Grand Day, Eternal Soul. I am Elasa, your quantum soul guide, here to merge quantum mechanics of the eternal soul in the easiest ways to facilitate anything that I'm guided that I feel that would be beneficial on my heart and to yours. And of course, anything that needs to come through from our higher consciousness at large and all those aspects that may want to speak. So we find us here wanting to share with you, getting a download and upload, or talking about sectors and talking about the new earth and new earth changes that are here and have always been here. These changes are beyond time. They are a natural toroidal movement of the light of the particle, and that movement of the light particle that also goes to wave format, in and out of phase, is an eternal structure that we can start to create a foundational platform, a foundational and fundamental principles to understand how reality is created, really at a next level for us as humanity, as souls, beyond the human into the eternal soul, who is a builder. And so as we find ourselves here in the Florida, just coming out of Hurricane Helene, and we find ourselves in a rebuild, a real live action, moment to moment, front and center reparticleization being called upon us. And not only, again, if you find this video at another time beyond, there's just the day-to-day movements, the willingness to live lightly, pack lightly, and allow yourself to be more malleable, more flexible, when you understand that the less you are attached and the more you are focused on that which you want in every now moment, source projection that you are working with is constantly wanting to give you the light particles to stack up on each other from the focus. And as we evolve beyond human, as we understand ourselves as a light being, as a soul, who does this natural toroidal movement and projection of light to stack up and create a picture show, a reality, we then find ourselves like really wanting to take a big leap, and leaps of faith, leaps of understanding that the less attached, yet the more focused on that which we want, and the joy and the exhilaration of being able to play in this way, we literally land ourselves in heavenly states of existence again. We're always been there, but we start to merge and marry these flexible states of light. And if we've been clinging and rooted very deeply, which is a happening that has been a part of, being on earth, and especially playing in the garden, building houses, building cities, it can feel very normal and natural to do more of that type of building rather than what I'm sharing. So I'm hoping to just shed some more light on what Spirit wants me to deliver, and especially for those new earth builders, because I really feel guided to be here right now, as I pretty much have always been, but really establish to work with some key big builders, people who are willing to play with a lot of light particles and build cities to, in the now moment, project greater clarity and happiness and wholeness for tribes, for souls that are, when I see you, I see you whole. So if there's a being or several beings, builder beings of the new earth who also willing to see wholeness, we work together as these channels of light, as these columns that literally hold open like a rainbow arc for these greater totality builds. And it is definitely a dealings of the heart, is what Source wants to talk about, when we have such deep grooves of catechism and trauma and things being wiped out, in a way of clinging, not in a way of, oh, I'm just going to reparticleize this in joy. Instead, if we've had lots of density, unprocessed moments in time where we were fractured souls and fractured light and traumatized in an exiting, instead of naturally choosing to make a new shift just because you choose, and to not be attached as one structure may come undone to project the new structure. And really, when we get into the higher levels of understanding, nothing even needs to come undone. It's just where you're focusing the lens and where that light is coming to do the new build out in front of you. And it's happening all the time. It's happening right now. This is how the reality is created. So we want to, I've done a couple of videos recently about the frozen heart, and the understanding that we want to get to the top of the heart. We want to be able to actually have full access to this higher part of our torus, this donut shape of our soul. And if we've got so much density at the bottom of the heart from places and times and spaces where it was very dense of an exiting or a changing of the guard or changing, and it was very dramatic, and then we keep recycling that, obviously we may recycle it or come up to it again because we want to fully digest it and allow for it to be super consciously dissolved and rebuilt with a new choice and a new focus of, I'm going to build now from joy and from light. So the work will still be needing to be done, but there really has to be this deeper understanding, what Source talks about, to understand just how powerful the heart center is in building. Okay, and so we talk about this a lot in the 2 quantum books that I've wrote or channeled. We've got one over here, the Quantum Mentor Stellar Starship and Medbed Aura, and then the Quantum Soul Awakens with the Love Light Keys. And we talk about, the 2 main parts are the heart, the quantum reactor, and the quantum projector, the light and the movement coming together to create that which we see in front of thee. And if I don't have a lot of access or super conscious self-awareness focus on joy, on choosing things to be whole, even as I drive around today and I see mountains of furniture along the streets because of the flooding that's happened here, if I only focus on that and not on the joy and the hope and the rebuilding that's taking place, because you also will see tons of community members all gathered around talking everywhere. You will also see lots of builders. Again, in this middle path, there's a lot of typical building, but in the higher quantum reality, build outs can happen a lot more magically and from pure thought, as we are willing to embrace what I'm saying to those who can have eyes to see and ears to hear what I'm telling you, who have the ability to see it more so in their meditation and in lucidity and dream time, to work on these build outs. So that this doesn't go too long and I just get a couple keys out, and I'm going to be really diligent to get these keys out in small packets over the next however many days Spirit wants. But the first thing I just felt like, even what I was just sharing about the Torus and about, so this is your Torus, right? It's moving in both directions. This is the soul that you are. And if this is a major player in the cross channel, because there's also movement coming out the energy centers, there's front and back of the heart center, there's even out towards your arms, the cross channel, the horizontal channel, and then your central channel. These are very important channels, 3 places they cross right at the heart center. And when you have high access to high heart, to high joy, to high choice of witnessing rather than going into blame, and there's a lot of that shadow that will come up, because if there's a lot of energy in this inverted part of the heart that again had a lot of trauma from exitings that are similar, floods, etc., then it needs to be dealt with. And again, the other 3 energy centers, of course, as well, first, second, and third, need to be dealt with, so that you have the ability, the momentum to actually get access to the upper high heart and give access, move this dormant, this strong energy that's been held in the kidneys and the adrenals from, fight or flight, from fear programming, the spleen, the liver, pancreas, gallbladder. All of those are very key organs, these light ship drivers. They're part of your main starship paneling. And if you've been only firing and accessing those for so long because of drama and trauma, this lifetime and others, there's a lot of dormant energy. You know, Joe Dispenza talks about this a lot. There's so much dormant energy, which is why we do the ascended breathing, inhaling, squeezing your roots, squeezing your belly button, squeezing your lower rib cage to access all that dormant energy that's been like waiting to be used at the high heart thymus, at the thyroid, at the pituitary pineal, and the triple jewel point of the thalamus. And so that's just a key. I hope that drawing, I know it got a little bit thick there, but I just want you to understand the importance of your technology, of your starship. Okay, this second part that I feel is the sectors. So the image they're giving me is the flower of life or the seed of life to start. But let's say we've been really dominant and focused in on a version of Earth called Sector 9. Okay, and it may be 7 for you, meaning whatever the sum total of your belief systems are, your memories, you're projecting a version of Earth. If your Earth's included in your belief systems, okay, and most of us here can find ourselves there. And if you have a new set of beliefs coming in of wholeness, of seeing rebuilds, of knowing that in the middle plane, they print money nonstop, money is printed. In the higher quantum mechanics, we understand that it is just what you focus on. Light particles create reality. And so when you have all access to the star that you are and all the light that you are always printing exactly what you need all the time. And that's true wealth, true money. But as we find ourselves still here straddling worlds, playing with currencies, we know money is printed. We know that there's plenty of it, just as there's plenty, infinite amount of light particles. So if you start shifting your belief systems, etc., to wholeness and to infinite currency, infinite abundance, and you get word from source consciousness, benevolent source, God consciousness, whoever you're speaking to of the highest, most high, what they're telling me is Sector 12 really needs focus on. So I'll get woken up inside my dream. I'll awaken inside the dream as like a spiritual electrician a lot of times, especially when we're in high capacity of movement and change. And I would say the last year, the very biggest request is we need you to move large groups of people to Sector 12. And so this is just a new version of Earth. It's, again, I don't really like to use linear, new, old, but let's just say a higher vibrational build out. Okay. So as we understand that sum total of our beliefs are projecting into individual Earths, but also groups working together that have a strong consciousness, working together and mission. You may have same dreams, same things coming to your heart, to your mind that says, yes, I want to, I'm listening, right? I'm meditating, spirit, consciousness. What can I offer of assistance? And you may hear, large numbers come towards you. So I want you to use numbers for big builders. And you may get, is there needing assistance with these bigger build outs? Yes. Is there needing assistance with souls that need to get there? Like opening up a lens for them to see, or any kind of, again, as a being who has the capability to see with the eye of God and see these beings in wholeness. You are a gifter. You gift people an invitation to be the eternal soul because you're willing to see them as eternal souls. So let's say you got 7 billion souls or 7 million souls or 769,231 souls are ready. In this now moment, as you hold your meditation, you see them all awakening to eternal soul consciousness, and you see them going to access the Sector 12. This is a new thing as far as sectors go. I will have to say, all the years of working with Ascension codes, sectors really didn't come in until this past year. And so let me just dial into consciousness before we complete this. Benevolent source, God consciousness. Yes. Am I getting all that you want me to share about this? Correct. And Could we do an assignment together to offer a new light, a new clarity around the new build out of Sector 12? Yes. Give them the instruction subset that says that when you are acknowledging that you too want to be building out a new earth, to take the time to meditate and see this through, imagining all the things how you'd want them to be, lots of nature, animals, children playing, laughing, families laughing and enjoying themselves. It can be very simple things that you see. Although some of you are specific builders who have specific calling to do specific types of projects, and all the resources will come together for you as you hear the holy yes and take the divine action to actually say and choose that you're going to put your focus on that which is on your heart, like it's coming to your heart, it's coming to your mind's eye, it's coming in meditation, it's coming in yes and no types questions that you can ask consciousness, but it's coming from this higher version of you that is ready for you to point focus. And by you taking the time and point focus to project it in your mind's eye and take the necessary actions that come, because you may say, well, I don't have millions of dollars, but you do, because you're a projector of light. And you may say, well, okay, in the middle plane, Elasa, how do I get all those things to come together? You make the choice. And when you make the choice and you really choose a whole 100% and you stay focused on wholeness, joy, love, compassion, full understanding, and you are willing to tune in and take those actions of the tune in or just follow the flow, all the support will come together magically. Angels even drop in, angelic consciousness drops into people that you know, that all of a sudden things just start occurring that you thought, how in the world did that being just say or offer what they're offering? And I've seen this so many times. And you can ask questions, in your meditation, like, how did that happen? But ultimately, you just know everyone's coming online because you chose and because you're willing to take necessary action steps, moment to moment. And this is the builders that are coming online. This is what we're doing in October, November, to start with 2 people each. We have one in October, one in November, Samantha and I. To help those who just have a holy yes to go ahead and let's do the build. Let's come together and bring our energies together to mastermind and hold space, sacred crystalline space for the build outs to come. And that Spirit says that we'll do more of it to the coming year, but that there's going to be some pause in December to take action on what these next build outs are, calling in to require. So, coming back, did I get all the information for Sector 12 and how they can assist with simple projections of joyful happiness, as well as those who have more specific assignments? Yes. And is that complete? Correct. Okay. Sending you all so much love, so much grace, so much understanding. Let's take 3 deep breaths in our heart. Just see that newness. It's right here today. It doesn't have to be so far away. It's right now. Put your focus on your current life. If you have found yourself needing to see in wholeness because it's felt not whole, just beam light, golden light throughout your heart, through your aura, through your home, through your community. See people having inspiration, people remembering their infinite nature and their quantum ability to be super abundant always. Good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please leave a message in the comment. Please share this video, like all that stuff, so that I can get seen and be of more use. I'm ready here now. I'm taking the holy yes and moving forward, making these videos.